zone, so let's go back to the room. Go ahead, Theo.
When you're trying to improve a team's toughness, what kind of happens in the week leading into the next game? How do you guys emphasize that during practice?
Toughness?
Yeah, you talked about that side of it.
Just relentlessly stay on effort. I mean, the biggest element of toughness is effort, and so you just constantly hammer effort, stay on effort. Don't let them off the hook on effort, and then also when people have good effort, show them comparisons of it. You know, like whether it's clips on film or what. You know.
Was Sunday or last night's practice a pretty good step in that direction? Do you think? Could you tell so far?
You know, we had a really good first half. We just have to finish the second half. And there's a whole lot of teams that aren't tough any half on any side of the ball. So, you know, but we need to improve, and that's one thing that last couple of years, our team's been really good at. It's improving from one week to the next, and you know, this is a week, and we want to improve to the next one.
When you look at the third down conversion rate during practice, is that this week? Is that something that comes down to player execution, or?
I think consistency. I think we got in third and long too often. I think the quick answer is consistency, but we have to be better at third down. You know, right now we probably lead the nation in time of possession, a stat that I don't value at all, although some people think it's the greatest stat in the world. I would definitely swap that for a higher third down, better on third downs.
Talking to Coach Mealy last night, he said you guys are trying to incentivize third down during practice more and penalizing.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to do that. We're going to make it a competitive situation.
What kind of challenges does Eastern present on offense and defense?
Well, I think they're a confident team. They've had success for a long time, and then I think that they have some talented players. You know, they've always had some talented players, and you know, I just think they're a good football team. I think they're well coached. They have a good tradition, and you know, and they put a good product out there on the field.
Do you think Gage will be your defense's biggest test so far at quarterback?
Who?
Quarterback
Let me think about these guys. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, you know, he's a good player. He's got some experience too. So.
Coach, a lot of people consider playing Eastern kind of a trap game where, like, if you win, no one really considers it that big of a deal, but if you lose, it's kind of damning on your schedule. I was just kind of curious what you thought about that.
Well, it's the next game, and we have an opportunity to improve as a team and get better, and that's what we need to do. And, you know, Eastern's kind of the team we're going to play against that provides the adversity for us to do that. But we need to focus on ourselves. I mean, Eastern's a good team that we got a lot of respect for, but the only guys we can control is ourselves, and that's what we need to do. So.
What comes to mind when you think about the game against them 2 years ago?
I don't think about it very much because I've had a lot of next games since, so I'm pretty much focused on this one. As a matter of fact, I don't think a lot about the San Jose State game last week. You got to move forward if you're going to really be any good. And if I thought about every past game, that's all I'd be doing. So I don't think about it very much.
Do you try to draw anything from that game that take it now to
like what?
Anything that you might have seen?
If you got something clever, I'll listen to you. But no, not really.
Any questions on the phone line for Coach Leach?
Hey, Coach. This is Jessamine McIntyre. I couldn't hear the question that well. When you said we're going to make it a competitive situation, what position group are you discussing?
Well, we're talking about third down situations in practice. So we're going to feature them and make them competitive, you know.
Got it. Thank you. And how about your quarterback situation heading into Game 3? Should we expect to see Gardner out there for the majority of the time?
Yeah, we'll play one of those four guys, and it'll be a thrill a minute to see which one, because they all do some great things, and so we're probably going to do rock, paper, scissors to sort that, and then see what we got out there. So, but they all look good in practice.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Other questions on the phone line?
I'm good. This is Nick.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, and back in the room?
Is it Eastern any different under a new coach and kind of new offensive coordinator?
Maybe a little, not a lot though, really. You know, I mean, they've kind of hung with what they've been good at for years. I mean, they mix it up pretty well. They're predominantly a passing team. The quarterback's kind of mobile this year. I don't really have him as fast, but he's he can get out of trouble. You know, they always have a few good players that, you know, kind of that are go get drafted type of guys. You know, that either got there and developed or bounced back there, and so this is no exception. I mean, they're a talented team, and I think their first level's as talented as ours is. I don't know if they have as many bodies as we do, but their first level's as talented as we are. So we got to go out and play good.
I know Eastern, they have 28 seniors on their team. Is it tough playing a team that has that much experience of playing football together and stuff this early in the season?
Yeah, senior-laden teams are tough. Wyoming was a senior-laden team. Wyoming was a team that had a bunch of seniors from top to bottom. And, you know, senior teams, besides the fact they got that extra year of experience, they're focused. You know, a lot of them kind of take a step up and, you know, just it's their last deal, and they play real well. You know, I felt like Morrow did that for us last year.
Their quarterback was making his first career start the last time you guys saw him. Can you tell him which way in which he's kind of improved and matured and grown his games since then?
Well, I thought he was pretty good then. I think he's kind of similar, just maybe a less reckless play here or there. But, you know, he's a pretty good player. And, you know, he's a kind of a statuesque guy that can throw it downfield. And like I say, he moves better than a lot of quarterbacks. But he's not – I don't have him as really a runner, but he moves better than some.
I think you guys lead the country right now in net punting. Has the punting kind of been a refreshing situation for you guys, not only Oscar, but kind of the way you guys are approaching it this year as opposed to last year?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it has. We've been, or I don't know about you or the the special teams guys. You know, they pay a little closer attention to it. But I've been pleasantly surprised because we got some young guys go out there and really popping it around during games, and so I thought they did a good job.
Other questions for Coach?
All right, the fan question of the week this week is, I'm not sure if you saw it yesterday, but the Browns and Steelers tied 21-21. If you were commissioner of the NFL, how would you change the overtime rules, if you would change them at all?
I would keep playing. You know, I'd keep playing until there was a winner. I'm trying to think how the NFL does their overtime rules now. Because now each team gets a possession, right?
Yeah, if
So-
touchdown's not scored.
So they play football, but each team gets a possession. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, then we'd have to keep giving possessions, you know. So, there's an easy way. If everybody says, well, it'll go too long, you'll get tired. Well, if you get tired, stop. Quit. Let the other guy score. You can end it real fast, you know. So I don't really see that as a problem. No, I think they ought to play it off. I think they ought to play it off. And then, but I do think my favorite way, I like the way the NFL does it better than college. From the standpoint, you play football. Okay, so you play football. But I do think each team should get a possession. Each team should get a possession, and then after that, after each team has a possession, then after that, the score takes care of itself. So that's how I'd do it.
Anything else for Coach?
I'm curious your thoughts, and also the game we played here at Martin, but have you ever been able to check out the red turf there at Eastern, and what do you think about it?
I've seen it on film, and I've been by the field one time. I would say that I don't know. I never have heard the story on why they do that. Let me just say that just from a practice standpoint, I'm glad I don't have to watch practice on the bright red turf every day. You know, I'm glad it's like a mellower, less bright color. But you know, so I'm sure they have pretty strong eyes over there at Eastern after doing that. So, but why do they have the red turf? Do we know?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We'll try to find that out for you tomorrow, maybe. If you could change the turf to any other color other than green, would you change it? And what color would you choose?
Well, I think you need a neutral color. I think green's a good color. I think green's nearly a perfect color. I guess if I could do anything, I'd have more grass fields. I mean, reason they don't is because of maintenance. But, you know, there was a time where battle conditions for football would vary based on the surface and the weather and whatnot in a fashion that they don't anymore. And if you throw the ball like we do, I mean, a lot of people would argue you want the consistent surface, but I've always thought that the terrain was kind of a fun part of the whole equation. So, yeah, if they were all grass, it would suit me, but maintenance department would be happy because a whole bunch more guys would be hired to maintain that sucker.
Any last chance for questions for Coach?
Watching the film from Saturday, did you tell if there's anything the offensive line was doing particularly well that you didn't notice right after the game?
I thought we pass protect. Well, I thought the first half they played well. You know, we just wanted for a second half like our first half. I thought we played well the first half, and play together like that for a full game. I thought we did for the first half, and then got too satisfied, which is ridiculous because in offense it doesn't take too many guys to do that because in offense you have to. Bear Bryant used to say on defense you have to stop them 50% of the time. Because the offense will stop themselves half the time. The other half where they don't stop themselves, you have to stop them. And we stopped ourselves too often in the second half.
Last chance.
Hey, Coach, one more question. Gardner Minshew showed some mobility, making some plays with his legs when the pocket broke down. Does that make you more likely to maybe call some design run plays for him?
Maybe, but the other thing is you know, if everybody drops off, I mean, his reading the situation and knowing when to take off really is pretty good. I wouldn't rule it out, but, you know, you go back there and, you know, the best runs are on broken plays when he sees it.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Last chance in the room. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Coach.
All right. All right, we'll see you guys.